Tidal turbines could generate 11% of the UK's power, new research says. This is by Danny Coles, research fellow, Tidal Stream Energy, University of Plymouth in the UK, on The Conversation. And I'm really excited about this. I mean, everybody's got tides. Everybody. Some kind of tides on all coasts. And you can even have, I guess you can even use them in rivers. Tidal turbines could generate 11% of the UK's power. The UK's annual electricity demand is expected to more than double by the year 2050. To meet this daunting target without relying on fossil fuels, the government is betting big on wind power, one of the cheapest forms of renewable power available. But in August and September of 2021, calm weather caused wind energy generation to drop by 60% below the seasonal average. Planned and unplanned outages of nuclear power plus high demand for natural gas compounded the problem, resulting in network operators restarting coal power stations and energy companies raising prices. As hosts of COP26 in Glasgow, the 26th UN Climate Change Summit, the UK framed the negotiations as a chance to show that science and innovation can deliver climate solutions. Establishing energy sources such as offshore wind will play a big role in decarbonizing the economy and slowing climate change. But how can a fully net zero grid guarantee electricity when the wind drops again in the future? There's another way of generating clean energy that the UK has so far failed to exploit. That is tidal stream power. Harnessing the tides, the UK has 2 high tides and 2 low tides each day. This movement of water is created by the gravitational force of the moon and sun and the rotation of the earth. In places like the Pentland Firth in northern Scotland, islands funnel and speed up the tidal flows. Tidal stream turbines are designed to work in these turbulent waters to generate electricity. Tidal stream turbines work in a similar way to wind turbines. They even look alike. Wind turbines use the wind blowing over their blades to create a lift force, behaving like an airplane wing. One end of the turbine blade is connected to the hub of the rotor, so the lift force on the blades causes them to rotate. This turns a generator, producing electricity. Tidal stream turbines do the same thing underwater, using tidal flows instead of the wind. Most tidal stream turbines that have been installed so far sit on the seafloor, but some designs connect the turbines to a floating structure, making it easier for engineers to maintain them. Tides come in and look like clockwork. They come in and out like clockwork. That means, unlike most renewable energy sources, it's possible to predict how much power tidal stream turbines will generate this time tomorrow, next week, next year, even 10 years from now. This makes it easier to match supply with demand and plan for the outages of other sources. In a new review, my colleagues and I showed that the UK and British Channel Islands can generate 11% of their shared electricity demand each year using tidal stream turbines. This would require installing 11.5 gigawatt worth of energy in the strongest tidal streams, roughly the same as the installed capacity of offshore wind in the UK to date. It took the offshore wind industry in the UK 20 years to reach this level. If tidal stream power is going to contribute to the country's future electricity needs, turbine installations must be ramped up soon. So what's needed to unlock this potential? Getting tidal power afloat? One reason tidal stream power projects are so rare is that construction can only begin once there is solid evidence turbines will not significantly harm the environment. The risk of marine animals colliding with turbine blades, for example, is difficult to quantify. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below. because monitoring their behavior around turbines requires a lot of work that is difficult to do underwater. A recent study described marine mammals near a tidal stream turbine in the Pentland Firth in Scotland over 451 days. On 344 occasions, when porpoises swam close to the turbine, none of them passed through the rotor while it was rotating. Most of the time, the porpoises gave the turbine a wide berth. Some scientists worry large arrays of underwater turbines might prevent water mixing between the ocean bottom and the surface, which is important, of course, for the cycling of nutrients in marine ecosystems. But research has shown that these potential effects are likely to be an order of magnitude less than the same ones expected due to climate change. Mainly, though, tidal stream power is very expensive to install. Wind and solar energy were once too, but these costs fell as governments invested in them. Investment pays for the installment of new projects, and the subsequent learning process cuts costs in the future. UK government funding has provided a secure revenue stream for over 10 gigawatts of offshore wind energy projects, but funding for tidal stream power amounts to less than 1% of this. Even with that modest support, the first 8 megawatts of tidal stream power installed in the UK cut the cost of generating energy this way by 25%. 3 tidal stream projects that total 124 megawatts are eligible for bid for funding support in the next auction round, scheduled for December 2021. We estimated that installing them would reduce tidal streams' cost by roughly 40%, making it competitive with combined cycle gas turbines and biomass. This would only amount to 1% of the UK's installed offshore wind capacity and just 1% of tidal stream's 11.5 gigawatt potential. Clearly, cost can be expected to fall much further. The government funding rules dictate that tidal stream projects must bid for support against projects under cheaper technologies that have less potential to reduce costs in the future. Floating offshore wind farms would face a similar dilemma, but have been guaranteed separate funding by the government, giving it a route to market and cost reduction. At COP26, the UK government should deliver on its fine words about science and innovation and provide the funding needed to unlock tidal stream energy potential. This is on The Conversation by Danny Coase, Research Fellow in Tidal Stream Energy, University of Plymouth. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support.